We got our first big time signing for today, and this is a big time signing. We finally have clarity at center for basically the next 4 years. 49ers re sign Jake Brendel. Ooh, we love to hear that. We're going to talk about it all right on the other side. Y'all, you know what to do, man. Drop those W's in the chat, spam them up, fill it up because Jake Brendel is signed to a 4-year deal. Let's cook, baby. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see it. Let's go. The San Francisco 49ers have signed Jake Brendel to a 4-year contract per Ian Rappaport. This is huge news, guys. And you already know that because it was feeling like there was a potential that Jake Brendel was going to sign elsewhere in free agency. And it appears that it was pretty close. It was reported that the New York Jets were coming in hot for your boy Jake Brendel. Apparently, they offered Jake Brendel even more money to go to the New York Jets and potentially be the quarterback for Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, that situation is ongoing, but absolutely fantastic for Jake Brendel to return to the San Francisco 49ers on a 4-year deal. Let's look at the contract details that we've gotten so far. Ian Rappaport is reporting that it's a 4-year deal worth max $20 million, and he gets $8 million guaranteed. This is a really reasonable contract. This is fantastic. Really don't see this as being an issue at all. And again, we've got news dropping like crazy. The New York Giants are trading for tight end Darren Waller. Holy crap. What a time to be alive. Just as we get news that Jake Brendel is signing, the Raiders trade star tight end Darren Waller to the New York Giants. Wow. We got moves happening all day, every day. I also think I saw right before this happened, former 49ers legend Jeff Wilson, I believe, re-signed with the Dolphins. I'll have to double check on that. But I know Raheem Mostert re-signed a 2-year deal with the Dolphins today. So, man, everyone's getting signed. Everyone's getting traded. But overall, really, really excited to get Jake Brendel back. And one of the reasons why I'm super excited to get Jake Brendel back is because we have clarity at center for the first time, which since feels like 2019. As we all know, the 49ers traded for Weston Richburg, gave him big money in free agency, and he came in and did a hell of a job for the San Francisco 49ers. But as we know, he had to retire due to medical issues, and we just never really were able to see the full potential of what Weston could be. And we've really had a lot of questions at center that for basically that entire time. We had Alex Mack sign with the San Francisco 49ers, but he only played for 1 year. And then we didn't really know what was going to happen last year, right? Like they had an open competition for Brunskill and Brendel to come in and be the starter. Brendel won it and turns his first full year as a starting NFL center, and he flips it into a big time contract. I mean, this story is it really warms my heart personally. Again, Jake Brendel only started 3 games by the age of 30, then gets his first crack at being the starter and becomes a Pro Bowl alternate. I mean, this is fantastic. I know it's easy to get hyped up on all the big name, the straight out from their rookie year type players. This is a phenomenal story. Jake Brendel being able to get a contract like this at the age of 30, that means we will likely have, I think he'll be 31 pretty soon. So we'll have Jake Brendel up until he's about 35. Let's go. Let's go, Brendel. Really excited for this one, man. I think this is huge for the San Francisco 49ers because now, again, this allows them more flexibility in the draft. This allows them, again, this was a hole that we had. This was something where I was starting to get nervous on. This was like I was like, what are the 49ers going to do here? Are the 49ers not going to be able to match Jake Brendel? And shout out to Jake Brendel because I think that opportunity actually arose. The Jets offered to pay him more. The Jets offered to pay him more, which was my biggest fear. And then we weren't going to be able to re-sign him. But Jake Brendel opted to come back. That's loyalty. That is loyalty. And I wonder if that has to do with guys like Chris Forster, guys like Kyle Shanahan, who trusted Jake Brendel to give him his first shot, to be a starter in the NFL. And he's like, you know what? I can't leave these guys. These guys gave me my opportunity. I want to stay right here. And I want to continue basically play out his career as a 49er. So, I mean, tip of the cap to Jake Brendel for declining more money from the Jets to stay with the San Francisco 49ers and to be the center for years to come. This is fantastic news. Also gives the San Francisco 49ers more opportunity to develop guys behind him. And that is even better for the long run as well. So we look down the offensive line as it stands right now. Trent Williams, Aaron Banks, Jake Brendel, Spencer Burford, Colton McKivitz. Still, I believe there's an opportunity for the San Francisco 49ers to trade up into the draft and target a right tackle for the future. I think Colton McKivitz can be the right tackle for right now, but I'd still believe the San Francisco 49ers should be looking to the draft to be able to excuse me, upgrade the right tackle position, not only right now, but years to come. Oh, you're speaking my type of language right now. Go up and get the boy. Go up, pick 73, get Blake Freeland, and watch him work. Watch him be a cornerstone offensive lineman for the San Francisco 49ers for years to come. I would also be down for my ginger brother, Cody. That would mean we would have 2 gingers on the San Francisco 49ers offensive line, and I would be all good for that. But so that means, like, this is the exciting part of free agency because now the holes that have been open are starting to close. Center, huge hole. When we thought going into free agency, again, for reasons that I've already explained, the potential that we would lose out on Jake Brendel would leave a gaping hole for the 49ers. That hole is filled, and the center is such an integral position in a Kyle Shanahan scheme, these guys are 100% responsible for calling protections. So if you guys aren't familiar with that, sometimes quarterbacks do it, but when you have a center who can walk up to a defense, identify the mic, slide protection to the right or the left, Ricky Lucy, based on what the pattern of the over under front looks like, and slide to the strong side to be able to have the best possible pass protection scheme. That's huge. To be able to have a center do that, not have to worry about that. A guy who just walks up, handles everything. Quarterback, all he's worried about is coverages because he understands that the offensive line's got protections. So Jake Brendel is going to run protections. He's going to continue to put the 49ers in favorable situations. And that's a big, big asset to have. Knows the scheme, knows his guys. He's going to have year 2 as a starter. So you can still actually quantify that Jake Brendel could actually get even better. So he's only had 1 year as a starter. You would imagine he probably learned some stuff in his first year starting. Get that and get it rolling into year 2 as a starter. Paid, no pressure. It's your job, Jake. Your center one. Let's cook. I'm happy. I'm happy for my ginger brother. I'm happy about a story. Excuse me. I'm happy about a story. I'm happy about everything that has led him to here. Um, I think it's fantastic. Those are my favorite. My favorite kinds of stories, especially on the O line. Definitely got a sweet spot for guys like him. But that again, right tackle, still something we need to address in the draft. Obviously, we've shored up the hole at defensive tackle. And I don't know if this is truly an indication, but Javon Hargrave, 93. We like 93 on Hargrave. I actually think it looks pretty good. DJ Jones wore it well. He wore it well. I think it looks good on Javon. I think he's going to look quick. I think he's going to look slender. I think it's going to be nice. But again, the San Francisco 49ers out here taking care of business. It definitely feels like they are taking their time and just moving as we hoped they should. And what's next? They got defensive tackle starter on the interior. They re-signed Kevin Givens. Check. They have Kalai Davis, who can potentially be a guy who is a rotational contributor. We've got Drake Jackson. We've got Eric Armstead. Nick Bosa is going to get the extension. We don't even have to question that. What is the next hottest priority for the San Francisco 49ers? What do you think that's going to be? Justin says, we could have had Waller and Kittle for pick 99. I don't know if Waller would be a good tight end too. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't know if he'd be a good tight end too. He'd be a good tight end too if we were a pass heavy team, but our tight end twos are basically fullbacks. They're glorified fullbacks. But yeah, I mean, that would be awesome if you could have two matchup nightmares in Kittle and Waller. I'd rather take 99, go up, get me Blake Freeland. Let's get a tackle, baby. Get me some hogs. Give me some hogs. All right, what's the chat talking about? Pedro says we need some cornerbacks. Right tackle. Re-sign Mosley. I think for me, That is number 1 for me right now. Before it was getting Jake Brendel back. Now it's getting Emmanuel Mosley back. That's, I think, the priority right now is getting uh Emmanuel Mosley back. Because also too, I think because he is coming off an injury, it actually helps the San Francisco 49ers from a negotiation standpoint. Obviously, I think if Emmanuel Mosley plays an entire season, he's probably going to be one of the highest paid cornerbacks in free agency. But because he is coming back from the ACL, which again, it was reported yesterday that he is on track to be cleared by training camp. Um, that I think that's the guy. I think that's who we need to get. I think we'll draft a tight end as well. I definitely think we're going to draft a tight end. They restructured Ward's contract, absolutely cleared about 10 mil in cap space. Guess what? They can keep going. That was just one restructure. One restructure from I believe it was Kyle Posey on Niners Nation. I think he posted an article not too long ago basically outlining how if the San Francisco 49ers restructured Trent Williams, took his base salary, converted it to roster bonus, which means upfront money, they could effectively clear an additional $16 million off the cap like that. So that's why anytime like the cap looks tight, I just look at it and I'm like, I know Parag Marate is over there somewhere in Santa Clara, just like he got like a calculator. He's like, uh, we have how much in cap space? And we need how much? Okay, hold on one second. Okay, we have 20 million in cap space. Like that's how I envision Prague working. Before I remember, again, I've told this story before. What going into the 2021 offseason where we had like 15 million in cap and we needed to sign Trent Williams, Kyle Juszczyk. We ended up signing Alex Mack as well. I was like, how are we going to pay for this? How are we going to pay for this? So there's no way. You look at the numbers, you're like, there's no way. The 49ers made Trent Williams the highest paid left tackle in the history of the NFL. They made Kyle Juszczyk the highest paid fullback. They signed Alex Mack, and they had more cap space when it was all said and done. So Parag Marate is just out here like this. What do we need? Oh, okay. There you go. There's your cap space. Like, that's it. So I really don't waste my time with the conversations of, well, we don't have cap space because Parag has proven. My guy just pulls out the calculator, boom, cap space. So that's why when it comes to like player like signing, extension, player acquisition, trades, everything's on the table. I don't think there's really too many things where you're like, oh, we can't, unless you're talking about like high guarantees, high dead cap hits. Outside of that, I feel like anything's on the table. So that's why, like, I don't stress about cap. First of all, it's not my money. Two, I don't know how the money works because Parag Marate is dang wizard. And he just pulls cap space whenever he's like, all right, is it time? We need more. Just like this morning. Oh, we're up against the cap. We need to sign Jake Brendel. All right, hold on. How much do we need? Oh, we're paying it. Oh, okay, there you go. There's your cap to go sign Jake Brendel. So in Prague, we trust. we need money. Prague's got it figured out. He's got it figured out. So I believe that the next target that the 49ers should be on the lookout for, bring back E-Man. Do you agree with me? Do you feel like E-Man needs to be back with the San Francisco 49ers? Is that the next priority? Because I really do believe that we do need a right tackle, but I would push tackle to the draft. If they want wide receiver help, I'd push wide receiver to the draft. If they want edge, maybe I think you could find a free agent, but you can also supplement in the draft. But if you want to get a starting caliber cornerback to, again, Demo played phenomenally, but E-Man was on a different level than Demo. And I know E-Man's going to come back. He's built that way. I feel like you got to get him back. I want it. I need it. And you could theoretically probably kick Demo to nickel if you want. Or you just have really good cornerback 3, outside corner, if you want to give Womack a shot at nickel. So I really do think E-Man is next on the list of priorities. So we're making our way. We made our list. We're checking it twice. John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan, Parag Marate, Jed York, Adam Peters. Good job, guys. I'm very pleased. As a fan of the 49ers, as a content creator, as someone who covers the team, very, very excited about where the San Francisco 49ers are at right now. After one full day and the moves today, are we all in agreement that we're still sitting around an A? We're still sitting around an A for free agency. I don't know. You let me know in the chat. How would you grade? Updated grade, revised grade. How would you grade the San Francisco 49ers so far? Also, keep it in mind, Jimmy Ward is a Texan now, so you got to take that into account. We did lose Jimmy Ward to the Texans, so we weren't able to retain everyone, but I think we knew that coming into this. So it still feels like an A for me. I'm very pleased with the way the team is being built. It feels like there's a plan. It feels like everything makes sense. It doesn't feel like we're one of these desperate organizations just throwing money at problems. And that feels like that's a good place to be. It's a good place to be. It's an underrated place to be, in my opinion. I think you go back to last year and the Jags, they just had to throw money at guys. I don't feel like we got to do that. We paid our one big guy. We get our crucial centerpiece. We make sure that we can afford Brendel, get Brendel back. We get Kevin Givens back. I'm pretty happy. Pretty happy about it. Let's see what the chat's talking about. We got still an A across the board, A minus, A plus, B. Hey, shout out Bay Area baller. What's good, my guy? B plus, A minus for sure. I, I I don't know about you guys. I am not worried at all about Bosa. I really think it's going to be like every other contract negotiation where they don't have to do anything sooner than they want to. They're going to do it just like Debo. They're going to make Bosa show up to training camp without a deal. They're going to pay him in training camp. They're going to drag it out just like they always do. But at the end of the day, what we've come to learn is they get it done. It might be a painful process, but they ultimately get it done. I'm not worried, really not worried for it at all. I think Bosa's locked. He's for sure getting that contract. Absolutely. Tobo says, Brad, with this signing, do you think they are still grooming Poe Zakel as backups? 100%. I do think they like Zakel. I think they like Poe a lot. Both of them cost controlled rookie contracts. Both are very, very team friendly deals that allows them to stay behind and just continue to develop at their own pace. So yeah, 100%. But I still even think with that, still go get a Nick Saldiveri. Go get a Nick Saldiveri in the 5th round who could play center, who could play guard, who could play tackle. Still get one of those chess pieces. I'm still for adding depth to the interior O line. So even with Sakel, even with Poe, add more. Again, so what this feels like is it feels like Brendel signing might make Brunskill a non-option because I know Brunskill wants to get paid. So I think with Brunskill, it will be interesting to see what his market looks like. But I do think because they paid Brendel and the 49ers have done a really good job for getting tons of value out of their interior offensive linemen with what they've been paying them. I mean, look at what Brendel made $1 million last year. I think Brunskill made $2 million last year. Both Burford and Banks are on rookie contracts. So they know how to get value out of their O linemen. But I do think that you kind of go that route. Rather than probably paying Brunskill to come back, go get a Nick Sakel. Same type of stylistically, can play all 5 spots. Go to the draft, cost controlled, paying a fraction of the dollar, get the value. Brunskill, I don't know, might be the end for Brunskill. Shout out Daddy B though. Gotta love Daddy B. JC says not worried, but what's the perceived benefit? When you say what's the perceived benefit, I don't know if you're still in here, JC. Getting to this a little late. Are you saying that about Bosa dragging the contract negotiations into training camp? Are you asking what's the perceived benefit of pushing contract negotiations out for Nick Bosa? I just wanted to clarify if that's your question because I think it's a great question, but I just wanted to clarify that that's what you're asking because I would love to answer it. I got to answer for it. He says, yes, sir. I have no idea what the perceived benefit is. It's honestly been personally with someone who has no inside knowledge of how these contract negotiations work. Again, outside looking in perspective, I don't know what the hell the perceived benefit is. To me, it seems like it's the opposite of a perceived benefit. It's a perceived negative, in my opinion. Like, it just feels like they drag these guys thin, thin. And then they're like, all right, we'll pay you. Just like, why? Why? Yes. The 49ers have reached a agreement. Wait, no. Damn it. I hate it. This is the second time I've done this. Oh, pain. Went from yes to pain. Damn it. Emmanuel Mosley has reached a 1-year deal with the Lions. No. Damn it. It's the second time I've done that. Crap. Emmanuel Mosley is a Lion. I want to cry. Oh, we did it. Retain E-Man. Oh, so much pain. Damn. Oh, that hurts. I thought we got him, man. I thought that was what that was. I thought that was what that was. I went from sheer excitement to pure pain in 0.3 seconds. Oh my gosh, that sucks. 6 million, 1 year, 6 million? We couldn't do E-Man 1 for 6. Damn. Hold on. The Lions have signed cornerback Emmanuel Mosley. This sucks. Emmanuel Mosley to a 1-year deal per Adam Schefter. Gosh, so much pain. So much pain. To a 1-year deal. God. I hate these posts. It's like I'm tweeting poison. God damn it, man. Oh. Ah. 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 So much pain. Oh. All right. How are we feeling in the chat, man? I've kind of been I've been going through it over here. All right, I got my posts out. I'll do one more tweet. One more tweet. Man. Oh. Everything was going so good. Damn it. Everything was going so well. Damn it. Oh. Son of a bee sting. All right. I see some people are just tuning in. If you're just tuning in, We lost our boy Emmanuel Mosley to the Lions on a 1-year, $6 million deal. Oh, pain. So much pain. We were robbed of Emmanuel Mosley's last year with us. And now he goes to the Lions. Oh, that hurts. Damn it. I'm shook. I love E-Man, dude. I got to interview E-Man. E-Man was very gracious with his time. Super chill, dude. I mean, you wouldn't expect that guy's a cornerback. I mean, just down to earth, a vibe. Gosh. Dang it. Well, cornerback. Put that up at the top of the list for draft needs. Again, feels like a position where if they're not willing to spend $6 million on E-Man on a 1-year deal, probably means I don't know if they're going to be going to the well a whole lot. Oh gosh, that is just painful. All right. We're gonna do a little reset here. If you are just joining us, this is going to be for you. So be ready for it. All right. Let's get through it. We'll get over it and we'll move on. All right. 49ers cornerback Emmanuel Mosley, who was coming back from an ACL tear, will not be re-signing with the San Francisco 49ers. It was sounding like there was a chance that he could be back with the team, but he has signed a 1-year, $6 million deal with the Detroit Lions, ending Emmanuel Mosley's run with the 49ers. Emmanuel Mosley made his way up as an undrafted free agent, got his first contract with the San Francisco 49ers, nearly a fully guaranteed contract, and at the end of it does not get another one to come back to play for the 49ers. He is now a Detroit Lion. Emmanuel Mosley, a fan favorite, a guy that we all love, and we're hoping to come back. He won't be back. He will be playing in blue and silver next season. Oh, it hurts so bad. Make sure to like and subscribe for more updates. Oh. Oh. Pain. Pain. It was the first time I made a video while on live. I hope you enjoyed that whole process. All right, hold on. I see a super chat out of the corner of my eye, out of my peripheral. Oh gosh, that was one that we were just talking about too. We wanted him back. We wanted him back. Pain. All right. Can Sammy Womack step up? 100%. I think Samuel Womack is going to play in the slot. And I think it's a vote of confidence, for two players. Vote of confidence for Womack that they didn't retain Jimmy Ward to come back and try and play nickel. And they didn't retain, for Deommodore Lenoir, they didn't retain Emmanuel Mosley on a 1-year, $6 million contract. So it feels like a vote of confidence for both Womack and Demo. I still think the 49ers turn to the draft to address more defensive backs. I think when we're talking about safety and we're talking about cornerback, I think the 49ers are going to look to the draft. I think that's what makes the most sense for them all um, at this point. Because again, we do have to be conscious of, who we're paying out guaranteed money towards. And if you turn towards the draft, you're able to stay cost controlled and cost effective. So that's kind of where I see it going. But my goodness, that's painful, man. Painful. So much pain. Damn it. I'm curious to see what that live reaction looked like because it went from excited because I saw the Schefter tweet. I saw it say 49ers and then E-Man. I'm like, yes, it's our tweet. E-Man's coming. Wait, Lions? Pain. Went from excitement to pain real fast. Oh, joys of free agency, man. Joys of free agency. But hey, uh, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what's going down. But what so what is the next priority? Is it still corner? Is it still cornerback in free agency? It might be. It might be. They might be maybe just going a different route. Maybe they go cheaper. Maybe. Jason says, "Thank you for answering. Thank you for the super chats, my boy. Appreciate you. Appreciate the super chats. Y'all are legends for sending super chats." I see right tackle, DN, safety, right tackle, cornerback, O line, cornerback. What about JV? I would not. I love JV, man, but I don't know. I just can't see because also when he tore his ACL, I think that would eat into the season potentially or eat into training camp. I don't know. I don't know how that would work. But the draft is coming up. The draft is going to be fun, man. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting really excited for the draft. I think the 49ers are going to move up. I feel like they got the ammunition to. I feel like they could target someone. I'm hoping it's a right tackle, but I feel like they can target someone. They could easily move up into the top 75 without spending too much. They can still stay around pick 100, maybe grab a cornerback there. I really like Quan Martin out of, I think he's from the Illini. Quan Martin is a guy that you should definitely go check out. Um, I've been mocking him in my recent mocks at about pick 100 um, already. So I'm going to keep doing that because I like what he brings to the table. So if you guys go check out his film, go check out his tape. Definitely a guy that I've had my eye on since the combine. But Quan Martin, he has a longer first name. It's escaping me at the moment. Uh, Let me see. I could probably pull it up. Okay, maybe not. But anyways, what about a kicker? Did you guys see how much Matt Gay got? Matt Gay got a lot of money. He got paid. He was one of the highest paid free agent kickers. Ooh, sneaky good take right here. Can't forget about Quantrez. Quantrez low key balling, man. When I was at joint practices in Minnesota, Quantrez was balling. I was like, damn, look at Quantrez, man. Like, and he's got swag. He's got the face mat or the reflective visor. It's like, oh, this guy, he's got a vibe to him. I like that. I like that. I like Quantrez. I think Quantrez could be a guy. That's a good one actually. Might not be next year, but 2 years from now, definitely might be someone to keep your eye on. Jason says, "Will we move up for right tackle and draft a couple of cornerbacks?" That's what my plan would be. If it were me, I would definitely trade up, draft a right tackle, and then draft a couple cornerbacks if it were up to me. Cheyenne says, "I'll just keep repeating to myself, and Kyle and John I trust," and that is a good thing to do because honestly, outside of a few misses here or there, no one bats 1,000 doing this. Like the overall track record that they have put together has been really good. So I agree. You kind of got to rock with them. Yeah, you got to trust the instinct, trust the plan. Um, they clearly maybe had different plans for the cornerback position. I think. How old is E-Man? I mean, E-Man. I also think the other thing that you have to kind of consider. Okay, E-Man's 26, so he's still relatively young. But I think the thing is to consider they will get a comp pick back for Emmanuel Mosley. So when you look at the return on investment, he's an undrafted free agent. You paid him. He played phenomenally well. He leaves. You might get a sixth, fifth round draft pick in return in form of comp because he signed a free agent deal to the Detroit Lions. So uh, it won't be for nothing. You know what I mean? They will get something in return for not signing Emmanuel Mosley. So just think of it as another comp pick, we don't know who that guy's going to be. Could be someone really important down the line. So it is what it is. Emmanuel not coming back. That means they got faith in Diamador. That means they got faith in a lot of guys. So we'll see. Eagles just signed Seahawks running back Rashad Penny. I'm not a big Penny fan. I know it's dicey, but I like to draft a kicker, maybe in the 6th round. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what comes of the kicker position. It'll be interesting to see if the 49ers try to bring back Robbie Gould. It does sound like some of the beat reporters believe that there could be a situation where Robbie still potentially returns, but it all comes down to price. So a lot of questions remain. But I imagine this won't be the last time that we go live today. Uh, Came on to react to the Jake Brendel news. Jake Brendel locked up 4 years, ready to rock. Happy about that. We found out on live that Emmanuel Mosley signed with the Detroit Lions. Don't love that, but hey, it's how the cookie crumbles, and it's what we gotta gotta rock with. Now we move to what the next needs are. We still need a kicker, still need edge. Um, I think we're okay at linebacker, honestly. I think they're okay with Orrin Burks and McCrary Ball. Uh, I think tackles and O line we can address in the draft. Um, oh, I forgot. People were asking about Brandon Aiyuk earlier. I think I was talking about something else. What's the word on the streets about Aiyuk? Are people concerned about Aiyuk? I think I saw someone said he went dark or something. Like, what's this? I don't know if you guys are still in here or what, but what's the sentiment on Brandon Aiyuk at the moment? Um, do you guys feel like he is potentially a trade target? What are we thinking about the Ayuk thing? I don't know if any of you guys were still in here to re-ask the question. So far, I'm not seeing the original questions. Oh, Niners went to Odell's workout because they're gonna trade Ayuk. Is that what that means? That's what that means. That's exactly what that means. How they paying Ayuk when they couldn't keep E-Man for $6 million? Well, that could be something to consider because technically, I think the date is coming up pretty quick that they have to pick up Ayuk's fifth-year option. So, something interesting. They haven't announced that they're going to pick up his fifth-year option. Um, but listen, I've said this before, and I've been open about it. Is if the San Francisco 49ers do not intend to pay Ayuk, that makes Ayuk the 49ers' most valuable trade target. That's just the reality of the situation. If it were up to me, I would pay Brandon Ayuk. But are the 49ers going to pay Debo Samuel? Are they going to pay Brandon Ayuk? Are they going to pay George Kittle, Kyle Juszczyk, Christian McCaffrey, Trent Williams, Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, Charvarius Ward, Taldo Fonga is going to be coming up here in about 2 years. Are they going to pay Brandon Ayuk? Brandon Ayuk was kind of non-committal when I had asked him about that when we did our interview. So I don't, I haven't heard, I don't know nothing about any type of trade. I don't perceive the 49ers going to OBJ's workout as a sign that they're trading Ayuk, but I am aware that if they aren't intending to pay Ayuk, that makes Ayuk their most valuable their trade piece. He's the most valuable guy because you could get the tag, pick up the franchise, the 5th-year option, and then you can negotiate a deal with another team. But is that going to happen? I don't know. I hope not. Aiyuk's just coming into his own, but uh, we'll see. We'll see. The trade that needs to happen is the Brian Burns trade. We're this close. The prophecy is almost completed. And if John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan need to bring in the big guns to come talk to Scott Fitterer, I'm right here. You guys got my number. Pick up the phone, give me a call. I'll be right there. The prophecy is almost completed. We trade for CMC. We signed Steve Wilkes. We signed Sam Darnold. All we need to do is close the loop. And Brian Burns. I don't know if I told you guys this or if I did. I walked straight past Panthers GM Scott Fitterer at the combine. I even held the door open for him. I looked him dead in his eye, and no joke, I subconsciously was like, trade us Brian Burns, telepathically. Looking at his eyes, the first thing, and it was like, I'm like, I see people walking towards me. Oh, it's Fitterer. It's Frank Wright. It's McCown, right? It's their whole quarterback crew before they go make the big trade. I'm like, oh, guys are walking. Let me hold the door open. Make eye contact. It's Scott Fitterer. First thing my mind does is says, trade us Brian Burns. So the hope is that telepathically he picked up the vibes and he's like, I know what I got to do. I know what I got to do. We went up, we got our quarterback. Because we got our quarterback, we're focused on developing the quarterback. It's going to take some time. Maybe we can get some more picks back. And we don't have to pay a big time contract to Brian Burns. It's time. Call me John Lynch. I'm right here. If you really want to get this deal done, you know who to call. I will make it sound so good for the Panthers to trade away Brian Burns. Listen, guys, you just traded so much to go get a young quarterback, and you don't know when this quarterback is going to be ready to go. It might be 1, 2, maybe even 3 years before he is ready to be a playoff contender. And by that time, you pay Brian Burns now. Brian Burns is already halfway through the deal, potentially talking about a contract extension. Maybe that's not the right fit for you right now. We can take Brian Burns and pay him. We will give you back a 2024 first round pick that you traded away to move up. So you don't have to pay Brian. We'll pay Brian, and we'll give you a first round pick in return. Do you need something else? Do you need a 5th rounder, a 4th rounder, maybe to sweeten the pot? Well, let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation. What do we need to do to make this work for both of us? Because I think there's a path forward. I think there is. Let's make it work. Oh, well, we don't want to trade Brian Burns. Of course, who would want to trade Brian Burns? No one would want to trade Brian Burns. But there are other things at play here. And you're building your team in the image of your offense. And you're going to need to get more weapons. And you're going to need to build, through the draft, ideally. We will help you. You got your quarterback. Now we'll give you more picks to go build through the draft. We'll take the contract off your hands. You don't got to worry about it, and we will take care of him. We'll make sure he's safe and sound, food to eat. We're good to go. PFF approves the trade of Aiyuk for BB straight up. Again, if it were up to me, I am re-signing Brandon Aiyuk, and I'm paying him all the money. But if the 49ers don't see that as a long-term plan, he becomes the most valuable trade piece because he's young, he's ascending, and he hasn't signed a big contract yet. He would be able to negotiate with another team. So, Panthers, again, John Lynch, John Lynch tells me, Brad, they rejected Rams' offer of 2 first-round picks. I think those 2 first-round picks were like 2025 and 2026. Like they were so ridiculously far off. And also, I think part of it was they weren't going to trade Brian Burns to the Rams. Brian Burns doesn't want to go to the Rams. The Rams are trash. I think a part of it has to do with where that player wants to go. But again, if they're not going to pay Aiyuk and they are going to make him available, think about I'm thinking out loud. The Panthers just traded their number 1 wide receiver asset in DJ Moore to the Bears. I'm not saying anything. But if that's the plan and you're not paying Aiyuk, you can't let him walk for free because that's bad business. So, what are we going to do? Don't know. But at the end of the day, go get Brian Burns. If you keep Aiyuk and get Brian Burns, general manager of the decade, I will build a statue of John Lynch in my office, gold. I will give it offerings daily. Go get me Brian Burns. They get their DeForest Buckner replacement. Get your D Ford replacement. Get your D Ford replacement. Why was D Ford successful? Speed. Speed. How much did D Ford cost to trade for? A second-round pick. Remember, D Ford in a trade only cost a second-round pick, and then they paid him. Seems familiar. So maybe if a team is willing to take on the contract of, say, a Brian Burns and give him that money, maybe the compensation won't be as heavily priced as we think. Maybe it would take a second, thirds. I don't know. The dream continues. The agenda will be pushed. No, you can't give up on Drake. How old is Drake? Drake's 21. Drake is 21. That man has 3 years to continue to develop and potentially be a guy in this league by the age of 24, like literally half the age, like Byron Young. You guys know Byron Young, the Tennessee defensive end. We really like him here. Justin put me on. He just turned 25. Byron Young just turns 25. That's in like 5 years from now for Drake Jackson. Drake Jackson's got time, but that's the point. We're not giving up on Drake Jackson. We're giving Drake Jackson the time to develop. I'm not heaping these expectations on Drake Jackson. A lot of people are like, Drake Jackson needs to be that guy. He can be that guy. He has the raw and tangible and traits to be that guy. He's only 21. I'm going to give him some time. I'm going to give him a couple years. And then we'll have an idea of what Drake Jackson is. And then at that point, he could be fantastic. He could be fantastic next year. Not giving up on Drake. He's young and he's got time. But the 49ers don't have time. They want to win now. So how do you win now? You get guys that can do it now. Tank Dell, that boy can move. 49ers met with Tank Dell. I asked Tank Dell, you meet with the 49ers? He said, yup, I did. 49ers met with a couple wide receivers. And the type of wide receivers that they're meeting with are your kind of slot guys. Dontavian Wicks was kind of more of your would he be an X wide receiver? I don't know. But they've met with some slot guys, man. I honestly think that's way too much for Burns. Like, I like Burns a lot. That's a lot. I don't know. I don't know if I'm packaging Aiyuk and Armstead for Burns. That's a lot. I think you get him for less. But the agenda lives on. Whatever it takes, man. Brian Burns is one of those guys where, the picks, the compensation at the end of the day isn't going to matter because the production that Brian Burns provides is always going to outweigh any dollar figure that is given to him or any compensation it takes to get him. That's why it's literally, you can't lose on that trade, even if you had to give up someone you didn't want to. What do I think about Trey Herndon? I know the 49ers, it was reported, I think, from Josina Anderson, that they were showing interest in him. So maybe that's a guy that the 49ers kick the tires on because, again, like I said, they reportedly showed interest in him, according to Josina Anderson. So maybe. But we'll see. We'll see. Do you guys think that I'm giving up on Drake Jackson because I want Brian Burns? Or are you just saying that like in general? Because I think Drake has the opportunity to be the biggest riser from last year's draft class. I think he really has an opportunity to come into training camp looking like a different guy, body wise, mentality wise, technical ability. Whatever happened to Ambry Thomas? I don't know. He showed up to training camp last year and was not looking good. Uh, he got cooked last year in training camp. He never saw the field in the regular season. Not a good year for Ambry. Definitely taking steps back. Oh no, you good, Cat. How about Khalil Mack? I would take it. It'd be interesting to see what the price tag, what Khalil Mack would want, because I would imagine he would still want a decent amount of money. Uh, I think if you had like Khalil Mack and Drake Jackson as like your two kind of rotational edges across from Nick Bosa, or even rotates with Nick Bosa, yeah, I would be down for that. I still think Khalil Mack's got a little juice left. I don't I don't know if he has that same twitch that he used to have, but he's still strong man. He's a very strong man. Uh, I wouldn't mind him. Pairing Brian Burns to $2 billion. What? What does that even mean? Uh, but yeah, fun stuff. Free agency is underway. All kinds of good stuff popping up, and of course, we will be back to talk about more. Oh, I think this is our second live already today. Probably end up doing probably at least two more. So don't worry, this ginger beard will be back. And now we're waiting for the next signing. What is it going to be? Is it going to be a cornerback? Is it going to be edge? Is it going to be safety depth? What's next? We're going to find out. Make sure you put those post notifications on, because we're popping videos whenever something goes up. Appreciate everyone tapping in. Appreciate all the SDS. Y'all the best. Smash that like button on your way out. Hold on. What are we at with likes? Hold on. Like audit. Let's do a quick like audit. Just a quick one. Smash that like button. Once you smash that like button, get some cookies on the way out, and we'll take care of business, and we'll definitely be back here in not too long. Um, looks like we're already to 87. Keep going. You know the vibes. Brandon Graham re-signed with the Philadelphia Eagles, so he is not available. He is not available. So all we need is 12 SDS lurkers chilling in the background. All you got to do, pop that like button. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. Only 12 of you left. That's it. Just boop. Boop. Sorry you missed the show, Christy. I don't know why my notifications only work half the time. It's a weird situation. But hey, it is what it is. Oh, only 6 more. 6 more sourdough lurkers, and we could shut it down. Come on, end us out. End us on a high note. Oh, 5 more. Oh, someone unliked. My favorite's when they unlike. They're like, I'm taking my like back. Don't tell me to like a post. Do I collect sports cards? I have some. I used to collect sports cards big time. I have a stash of cards somewhere. Oh, we did it. Let's go. Shout out the squad. Appreciate you guys. Turn those post notifications on. We'll be back. Plenty of stuff to talk about today. We're not even close to being over. Appreciate you guys, man. Damn, my guy asked me if I collect sports cards. Sure, you could send me your email. I don't have any cards to send, but you can DM me. 50% chance I'll respond. You've been warned. But appreciate you guys. I'm out of here. We out. Peace. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see it.